What's up, guys? We are now like exactly a week away from the release of the Rise of Skywalker, and today I'm doing something very different on this channel. This is maybe the weirdest thing I've ever done for my YouTube channel, but you might know if you follow me on Twitter and stuff, I've been taking improv classes for the past year. And one of my teachers runs a podcast called You're Welcome Hollywood with two of his friends who are also improv comedians at the theater where I'm taking lessons. And basically what they do is they get made up silly movie titles from their followers, their listeners, and then they improvise a screenplay. They just make up a movie on the spot, and it's always chaotic and weird and silly. And so we were talking and thought it would be fun for them to improvise the Rise of Skywalker. And I want to make it clear that this is just nonsense. It's silly nonsense for fun. None of this is meant to be like an actual guess at the film itself. To put this all in perspective, they are Star Wars fans. They've seen all the movies, but they don't think about Star Wars every day the same way that we do. But they're really funny guys. Their podcast is a lot of fun, and I thought that it would be fun to do something with them. So it's the three of them and me, and basically my job is to make things a little more difficult for them. If you might remember on Twitter, I asked for a list of everyone's favorite Star Wars tropes, like the things that need to happen in every Star Wars movie. And so I got a list of that, and sometimes they might be looking for guidance, and I'll be like, man, we gotta go to a weird place with weird creatures. We haven't done that yet. Or no one's had a bad feeling about anything in a while, and then they have to work that into the story. So this is the improvised version of Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker. Also, they haven't even really seen all the trailers. One of them doesn't know a thing about what's coming and is trying to go in blind. So this is, again, like not trying to stick to the movie at all. I'm just really trying to set your expectations here that we're just trying to have some goofy fun with Star Wars. And I did edit this down a little bit for content and time to keep it at a PG-13 level, but I'm going to put a link to their podcast in the description. I would really recommend you go check it out if you just like hearing about goofy movies, because that's exactly what they talk about every episode. They just improvise these very wacky, silly movie ideas. But this is their take on The Rise of Skywalker.
So I'll say, like, my level of Star Wars knowledge is, I mean, I've seen all of them. I know some EU stuff, even though it doesn't technically exist anymore, save for a couple things. Yeah, I know some tidbits that are like super nerdy about Star Wars, but then I also like can't remember what happened in episode 2. So like I waver very much on detail versus big picture, but that's where I'm at.
I'd say similar. I only watched the first episodes 1, 2, and 3, I think one time. I've seen all of them. I've seen all of Clone Wars. You know,
nice dead air.
I've got a bunch of toys.
It's like you're waiting for applause. After
I'm just like trying to think.
I watched Clone Wars.
I nodded approvingly.
Accolades, please.
I'm just trying to think through. I'm not. I wouldn't say I really enjoy the storyline, but like, yeah, it's probably similar with Ed. I don't know most of the proper nouns. I'm unfamiliar with. Yeah,
I'm probably in a similar boat. I think we all have like smatterings in different areas because I watched the movies like 4, 5, and 6 a bit when I was a kid. I watched the prequels a handful of times. I've enjoyed what's been out of the new movies. I probably played more X-Wing versus TIE Fighter than anything, but I was also like a baby. So if I was going to remember like lots of cool ship stuff, it's long ago.
Not so much. If you need to get a handle on what my Star Wars perspective is like, Rogue One is my favorite Star Wars movie.
Yeah, I feel like Rogue One quite a bit.
That's where I'm coming from.
I'm trying to think. One of my favorite Star Wars things, actually my favorite Star Wars thing is probably Genndy Tartakovsky's Clone Wars, which was the animated one before the CG one. Specifically, there's an episode that's not silent. It's a episode of no dialogue where Mace Windu takes out a bunch of like terraformers, basically.
Yeah.
And it's I always get upset that I feel like the Jedi aren't shown to be as strong as they actually are, or they can be in a lot of Star Wars stuff. And that episode is like, yeah, this is how strong a really good Jedi should be. Like, just take out.
You got to deal with power creep.
Do we talk? Do we are in your circles, Alex, is there a lot of discussion about like when Jedis decide to use their powers? Because
First of all, it's Jedi.
As plural.
As a
when Jedi decide,
Yeah.
oh, and one is Jedo.
Could Luke?
Yeah, it's a Jedis.
Important questions like, could Luke beat Goku?
Like,
he kind of was in Legends in the old EU. Like
Yeah.
he just gets stronger and stronger.
Luke does. But like, you know,
I mean, there was a video game
they-
where you could pull a Star Destroyer out of the sky with just the Force.
Oh, really?
Oh, that was in
That was in the Force Unleashed.
yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, just feel selective at sometimes.
Well, it's all about like balance, being at peace with yourself, one with yourself, that kind of thing. So it's more about concentration.
Being able to channel
It's
it.
not just something you can switch on.
Got it.
So not Goku.
Yeah, because Goku tends to like rage out when he gets powerful.
Yeah, it takes 9 episodes to like finish turning it on. Yeah, but it happens.
I'm just saying though.
It's like if you had a light switch that moved very slowly.
I'm just saying. What about Goku though? Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's important.
So we're not going to cover Goku versus
No,
Luke
no.
today.
What we're gonna do is we're gonna do like Ed said. We're gonna attempt to tell you what we think may or may not happen.
Our
in-
perfect version of episode
in
9.
the Rise of Skywalker. And Alex, the entire time is gonna probably keep us in check. We'll check in with him and make sure we haven't completely violated some, canon.
So let's just real quick where we're at. So like I rewatched Last Jedi last night
Okay.
just to like make
Me too.
sure
Me too.
that I was up on at least the most recent movie.
Oh, and correct any of this because this is our foundation. So we'll need to have it sort of right, I guess.
So where we're basically at is that the rebellion is pretty much quashed.
Yes.
Right? They are a
Yeah.
tiny
There's
tiny
like
group
just a
of
few of
like
them.
8 people.
Not many.
Yeah. But they at least sort of like they have this, for lack of a better word, new hope that things are going to be okay because they saw Luke Skywalker again.
That's right.
Right.
He kept the spark alive.
The stories of the Jedi are starting to be told again, and there's like a little kid who can use the Force, and like they use that to show that like hope in the Jedi is still alive.
Snoke, he dead.
Snoke dead.
Supreme Leader Snoke is dead. Kylo Ren is now the Supreme Leader of the First Order.
He is, but he got that light side to him. He's struggling with it.
Yeah, we assume Luke is full on like Star Wars style dead.
Luke is dead.
But Yoda,
Luke
summoned
concentrated so hard he died.
Yeah.
Yoda summoned lightning and set a tree on fire.
It looked like he was trying to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, the veins were
just disappeared.
the veins were popping out of his neck and head as he was really trying to do that one last poop, and then he disappeared.
Dogged himself into the great beyond.
He prairie dogged himself into a Force ghost.
Yeah.
He will come back as a Force ghost in the new episode and just be like, oh, what a relief.
As far as I can remember, Kylo Ren is the big daddy of the big boys.
Yeah, and now that Luke is
Sorry, big daddy of the bad boys.
big daddy of
He's
the bad
big
boys.
bad
Yeah.
bad boy.
Yeah.
Which is what we'll call him for the rest of the movie.
Big boy, bad boy daddy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the new Supreme Leader title.
I'm also going to call him Frown Daddy because he's so sad.
Yeah, he's the barn door boy.
So, Barn Door Boy,
And let me tell you, he's jacked.
Barrel Boy,
He's just jacked in like 16 by 9.
Frown Boy, Big Bad
Bad boy daddy.
Bad Boy Daddy.
And Optimus
big,
crying.
Bad Beetleborg.
So that's where Kylo's at. Raised
Yeah,
with the
Kylo's
resistance.
just wide. Nothing else is going on with him.
There's a character named Rose that they try to build up a lot, and she seems pretty cool.
She's like Finn's girlfriend.
though. Yeah, but I thought Finn and Poe had a thing, but I guess not.
Well, they gave him a smoochy lady in the second episode. So
Well, it's to be seen.
a smoochy lady.
Hey, guys, as a queer member of the group, I'm not saying I have a gay agenda, but I do have a gay agenda.
Dude, I know. Well, I want how cool would it be if Poe and Finn?
Oscar Isaac is like actively campaigning for it constantly.
Yeah.
Every interview, he's like, should have happened, should be a thing, which is very cute.
I assume Phasma's dead because
she fell into fire.
didn't she?
Okay,
have
but Darth Maul fell in half into nothing and
I
came
know,
back.
but she ain't Darth Maul, dog. And I also feel like, and she had that human moment right there at the end too. You know, you saw her eye, like you got to see one eyeball.
I'm just saying, Phasma looks too cool.
But didn't she have like a false death in Force Awakens,
I don't remember.
or just a near death?
They just throw down a trash compactor.
See,
Yeah,
so
okay.
I feel like
And
you
leave her.
don't get two of those. I feel like you get one of those.
I'm with you. My
Yeah.
wife thinks that Phasma is still alive.
She's just
Like,
too cool to
come
get
on.
rid of.
Yeah.
She'll probably be alive in like some extended universe stuff, I guess.
Or she's half robot now.
Put it in the movie, guys.
You're right, Alex.
She probably got sucked out into space when she fell through that.
Hey, she got space sucked. She did.
Oh, for sure. If you get space sucks, you're gone.
You did.
Okay, so big story beats though is that right? The whole the First Order's whole thing was we have to find Luke Skywalker and
Yep.
kill him. Luke's gone now, so I assume the whole thing is we have to crush Rey.
Yeah.
Because she's the new Jedi.
Raise the threat.
And the Resistance is tiny, tiny, tiny. Very few people left. But I assume the end of the last movie gave the impression that Luke's legend is now sort of circulating among the cosmos somehow. And that means we'll be having more people joining in the fight.
Great.
Like the Gungans at the end of the prequels.
All right. So in that case, I'm Ed.
I'm Tom.
I'm Ruben.
I'm Alex.
And this is Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker.
Great.
We open on
Lucasfilm,
Yeah.
right? And then a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Tech scroll.
Bam,
Yeah.
ba-ba-bam.
Very exciting. People cheer.
Yeah. Yeah. If it's a midnight screening,
Oh, yeah.
it's insufferable.
Yeah, somebody takes out their lightsaber toy.
It's waving in the air.
Yeah.
You can't hear the movie over it.
Okay, but
And they basically said everything that Ruben just said. There's Big Bad Barrel Boy.
It's like the resistance is on their last legs. Big bad barrel boy has
he mad. He sad.
he bad. He said he looked like
Dad.
a dad.
yeah. Word of Luke Skywalker, aka Star Wars Goku, has spread across the galaxy.
Even in the world of Star Wars,
They call him Star Wars Goku.
So Rey and the Resistance have traveled to, I'm going to assume, a remote outpost, as Rebels do.
I'm going to guess because they're bringing stuff back around. Maybe they're on Kashyyyk, where the Wookiees go.
Kashyyyk, or maybe they went back to Jakku.
Jakku.
Tatooine's an option.
Well, they got to go back to Jakku at some point. I think they say.
Yeah.
in the trailer.
I think they
Where
have
is where are the tiny Wookiees? They're not tiny Wookiees.
Yes.
The bears from
Ewoks.
Dad's Garage did another play about them. You might-
All about Ewoks.
Specifically, I just can remember the name all of a sudden. What planet are the
They're
Ewoks
on
on?
Endor.
Endor?
They're on the
Endor.
forest moon of Endor.
Yeah. Maybe they go to Endor.
But
This movie
so
is,
let's say the Resistance is traveling in search of a new home.
Yeah.
Right? Because they were all just on the Falcon.
yeah, and they
at the end
see
of the
Endor
last
and they go,
No.
no. It's like the fans
And
will get upset if we.
And
do
there's
this
a big
again.
argument where they argue whether it's called Endor or the forest moon Endor.
Right. And they're like, well, I just always called it Endor.
Yeah, I've always been of the opinion that moon was destroyed when they blew up the Death Star, but they can see it.
Yeah, would that be a good place to stay or just a good place to sell toys?
Right.
Is what they say.
So we're still on the title scrolls. Like they're looking for a new home.
The title scrolls for the first time ever have people's conversation.
Yeah.
Said Poe.
There's it's a novel.
And then they find a place. It's called Bargain Island. They're like, this place sucks.
It sucks. Let's get out of here.
No one will find us there.
But so it says and the First Order needs to be vanquished, but Rey senses that Kylo Ren may be stalking nearby. ... Because they always end on some sort of like cliffhanger.
Yeah.
And I want to start very sweetly.
Okay.
With they're on the planet that Luke's little monastery was on, Octo, something like that.
Are they back on Ox from the last
yes,
movie?
it's Leia and Rey.
Ed got a head nod from Alex on that one. Just so you guys know, he's getting points.
It's something like
I'll
that.
verbally confirm.
Yeah, Leia and Rey at like a makeshift grave. For Luke.
Cool.
Yeah, and they're
cool.
having this like remembrance of that John Williams nonsense is swelling in the background, like the same song we've heard 100,000
And
times.
that's how you know.
And
It's a theme.
Leia goes, he was my brother, she says.
Yeah, she says to the grave.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and to Rey. And Rey goes, that's right.
Ray goes, I hung out with him for like a couple weeks.
Yeah.
He told me all about
Leia
it.
goes, did I ever tell you about the story how we kissed once before we knew we were related?
And she's like, he told me in weird detail.
Yeah. It's like, yes, it was weird for everyone involved.
Yeah.
I'll miss you, brother.
He made two. What are those little pogs?
Porgs.
Porg. He made two porgs acted out. That's how he showed.
He was
Ray.
like banging two action figures together, going like, and then we kissed. There's a flashback to all this. Ray's like sitting in the cave. It's raining outside. All the little caretakers are running around, and Luke's just like banging two porgs together.
Oh, the porgs love it though.
Oh, they're
The porgs are
squeaking.
having so much. We see
there's like porgs watching and they clap. Like their little fins.
Chewie's like face palming, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, because he was there the first time, right?
Yeah. He knows.
Was he? Or-
I don't remember if he was in the room or not.
Yeah, he was.
It was like, brr, brr, and then we know it's like, and Luke.
Tom,
goes,
can you do that?
That is how
Can
it
you do that
happened.
Wookiee one more
No, it's
time?
not very good.
Yeah, I mean, but I'd love to hear it though. Yeah, okay, good.
Great. It was like a mumble rap.
Yeah.
yeah.
Skirt. It was like a Dirty South trap pigeon.
Yeah.
trapped pigeon.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the rebels have this like somber send off for Luke Skywalker,
Yeah.
and then I think they get in the Falcon and fly.
And they shoot him off into space.
Yeah, and they go.
They don't have his body, and
Right.
it's not
Well,
Star Trek.
Yeah, but it's like Star Trek. They shoot it off into space, and they go, "That was the last of our supplies."
It's an empty coffin full of rocks.
Yeah, and Leia goes, "There goes the last Jedi," and she looks at she looks at Rey, and like waiting for Rey to like say something. Rey doesn't say anything.
Ray's like, he specifically said he wasn't.
Yeah. And then Leia like sharply nudges like Rey and the rib.
She said,
just
it's the last
It says
Jedi.
the last Jedi.
And Rey's like, okay, fine. No, there may be one more.
Yeah, it might be me, everyone.
Yeah, guys, I might be the Rise of Skywalker.
And then
Yeah, she has to say the title as many times as possible.
well, the Rise of Skywalker is when they shoot that thing into the space.
yeah,
so
they
it
go,
happens at the
there
very
it is,
beginning.
the Rise of Skywalker.
the thing is, it's weird though. Chewie says it and it's subtitled.
Oh, yeah.
So
He's also started a small bakery on the island called the Rise of Skywalker.
Oh yes.
RYES.
And it's chewy cookies, and they're
Nice.
undercooked. A lot of salmonella.
Pork eggs.
Yeah. Wookiees terrible bakers.
They're good at a lot of things.
Yeah, but not baking.
No.
Okay.
So I think they have this thing, and they get in the Falcon and they fly away. And you know what? Maybe they've gathered a couple more ships by now.
So and, when they get in the Falcon, is just like everyone left at this point, right?
I think this is our resistance band. Maybe along the way they've picked up some stragglers on the outer rim.
Oh, man.
Because it's always on the outer
Let me
rim.
just set up a little bit about this Falcon really quick, right? So we got like we got our main characters, right? We got Rey, we got Leia, we've got
Poe, Finn.
Poe, Finn, you know,
Vietnamese soup man.
yeah, sweet Pho-24. And everyone's in their quarters, and like as they're divvying out quarters, they're like, oh man,
quarters?
like quarters, like where to live on the ship.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Yeah.
And then like Poe walks up to a bay and is like, all right, this is my room. And then Finn walks up and goes, oh, weird.
Finn throws his bag on the bed.
Yeah, it's
right
like, this is
after
my room too. And they're like, oh man,
We're roommates.
We're roommates?
that. This is crazy.
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
And they
In the
look
same bed?
at the camera and say, and nothing more. Disney made us say this.
And they just look at each other and like, there's not a lot of space on this Millennium Falcon.
And the shot, it really lasts for a while. They don't do anything.
No.
They just stand
They,
there.
they walk into the room and they're like looking at the camera like they want the camera to leave.
yeah. And then you see like Finn like touch like a beam. He's like, oh, this seems pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then yeah, the other was like, oh yeah, that's pretty cool too.
Did you bring a TV? Because I didn't bring a TV.
No,
I guess we could go play weird hollow chess
I brought
outside.
my panini maker.
It's just like the first day moving into a college dorm and not knowing your roommate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a mini fridge.
But
What?
they both put up the same poster of that singing lady from the Jabba the Hutt.
Like a Twi'lek.
Wait, the one that was added in the
No,
Video
like the main
versions?
one. There was,
Okay.
you know, the one that did that song that sounds like Rock the Casbah.
Yes.
What's her name, Tom?
Chelsea.
Wow, you nailed it.
What is her name?
Sice Noodles.
Sice Noodles.
Oh, great name.
Oh,
So they both have the same Sice Noodles poster.
I love some instant snice noodles.
Yeah. Spicy nice noodles.
Oh, so good. Just add water.
Okay, so all this aside, I think so. We've got like a small arrangement of rebel ships. They've picked up like a couple of like traders and various like smuggler types, and
We've established that
local
there's-
militias.
The last movie, in its weird detour, did establish a big people selling like arms dealers.
There's a massive arms trade. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think there's like maybe they're sourcing from some of that or from things that are old and and whatnot.
But so we said they're like looking for a new planet, right?
Yes.
They're looking for a place. So I think they go off into space, and we have like a little bit of business aboard the ships where we're setting up everybody's character arcs.
Yeah.
Right. Rey's talking about how she just like can't get over the like mental battle that she and Kylo had.
Yeah. Like she's in the shower and she's like, stop looking.
But it's tasteful.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's just shoulders up. But she's like, stop looking.
She's in the space
And
shower.
he's like, I wish I could.
Yeah.
like Kylo's looking in.
Yeah.
I can only see you, but not your surroundings. How would I know that you're in the shower?
You're giving that information away for
Yeah.
free.
When you see me, you can see exactly where I am.
Yeah. And I'm also in the shower.
I'm at a disadvantage.
You can see that this tasteful black and white decor, like most of these ships have.
Yeah. And that I don't use shampoo and soap. It's the same thing.
Yeah, I use a 2-in-1 because I'm an idiot man.
The first order's stuff basically looks like an office building in Manhattan.
Yeah,
It's all black tile and
Hux got it for me as a gift.
yeah. Oh, that real Nazi looking guy Hux. He got it for me.
Yeah, he's got great hair though.
There's no way that guy's look was not intentional.
He looks pretty rough. So they
She's overwhelmed by.
by invasive force conversations.
That's right.
But Ray's whole thing, I think, is like Ray. I think throughout this movie is like she wants to save him so badly because that was a lot of what the last movie we had at the end of it. Right? Was like, is he redeemable? Can she save him and turn him? And she's dealing with her own dark side propensities as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think we just sort of see her having that very deep moment. I want to have a fun moment.
Yeah.
Because this is new Star Wars.
Does she
so
use a porg
comedy is necessity.
She uses a porg like a loofah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Porgs are getting a lot of
and
screen
it just,
time.
it just purrs a lot.
Yeah.
That's what post
And exfoliates as well.
Yeah, very well.
Yeah.
So
But is there like speaking of ships that they picked up, is there like a cool like ship that like isn't in the movies but like somewhere in the EU that is like really cool and iconic?
Sure, you could pick up the Ghost or the Colossus.
Isn't that Ghost is from Rebels, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
well, that puts it within canon at least.
So they find one of the ships they pick up is Ghost, and Poe and Finn get really excited about it, and they are gonna go on a road trip.
Yeah, because they're just like, we need to move out of this tiny room and have some more space.
Well, so what we have to do is get them sort of like, they have to have a purpose for going off, right? So is it like, let's split this fleet up to find a place?
let me put
To
this.
find like a permanent home.
Yeah,
that isn't
a base of operations.
Are we gonna go to Bargain Island? That's
Or-
what I'm just wondering.
Okay, we'll get to Bargain Island.
Okay.
I'll tell you that
the
much.
Star Wars, the trope here would be like, we know of an old rebel base to go to.
Yes.
Right.
Do they go to Hoth?
Hoth got pretty banged up.
Can we just make one up,
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Do we get to make up a Star Wars planet name?
dude? Sporka.
Please do.
Sporka?
Oh,
Planet Sporka?
Begoda.
Big ol' daddy?
Oh, Bagel Daddy.
Yeah, the planet Bagel Daddy.
The planet Bagel Daddy.
Okay. Yeah, it's got a hole in the middle of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't want to get.
It's just
the
like
ring
the
planet.
ring around a planet, but
Yeah.
there's no planet.
Uh-huh.
And the
Yeah.
ring is very thick.
That's actually dope.
That'd be kind of cool.
That's very cool in
Okay.
Star Warsy is that it's like the rings that used to be around a planet that like got, sort of like gravitationally disrupted from its orbit.
I
Sure.
really like that, honestly.
That's a cool idea.
Like, no joke.
It's very cool.
That's a cool idea.
And rings
So-
are always like they're just a system of like dust and asteroids. Mm-hmm. So it's really cool because there's like all these different places.
You're
So-
sort of describing the reef from Destiny. Destiny has good lore, by the way.
So
anyway,
are we talking about this, and this is called Bagel Daddy, and it's Dadi.
Yeah.
Begel.
Begeldadi.
Yeah.
yeah, Bagel Daddy.
Yeah.
So let's get like everyone on their trajectories here then. So I think, and I'm gonna posit this. What if as I've been trying to find places to go, they keep like the First Order keeps showing up where everyone is, and Rey realizes
Because we have established that the First Order has the technology to track ships through hyperspace jumps now.
yes, to a degree.
Yeah.
And I think like maybe Rey realizes because her connection to Kylo,
That's like helping him find her.
she's almost become like a force homing beacon. So
Yeah.
she's like, I have to go. I have to leave because I'm putting the entire resistance at peril. Cool. So she goes her way.
Is she going to take anyone with her?
I think she goes solo. 'Cause that's kind of her thing.
Solo. Nice.
Yeah. Oh, damn. She's the daughter? No. So yeah, I think she goes solo.
Alex, is there something that we need to check off here? I feel like that they need to go off and do something.
Yeah, like an Act 1 moment that Star Wars needs.
Just real quick, is this immediately after The Last Jedi in your minds? Is there a time skip?
Oh, I think it's been, let's say, maybe like 6 months to a year. Like it took them some time to get over to like Luke's grave,
And that
all
gives time to establish like,
They
man,
picked up these guys, and
they keep showing up wherever we go.
yeah,
I think now is probably a good time to just get to, like, not a cantina or canto bite necessarily, but just a weird location full of weird aliens.
trading post.
Oh,
Yeah.
hell yeah.
That sounds like a little faux Finn.
Oh, dude,
they go to a pho restaurant.
Oh, Poe and Finn.
Faux Dameron.
Let's go. They gotta go to a pho restaurant.
Dameron.
They go to a pho restaurant.
Yeah,
a pho cantina.
Yeah,
Oh.
If you could have seen the
Don't say
look
that.
on Tom's face of his own personal joy.
They go,
I was gonna have them go to a bar and be like, "Wow, this bar is pretty gay," but we'll go to a pho place.
they go down
It could be
to
fabulous.
fabulous. What a great
It
word.
could be a gay bar.
Yeah. Well, they go to like a trading post like on some remote asteroid, and
Okay.
it's just one of those weird it's a marketplace, bizarre.
I feel like we're really
said fabulous.
really married to this pho idea.
And that and they go into a very
What is this
flamboyant pho restaurant.
What is this steaming bowl?
Yeah. Yeah.
Cher makes a cameo here.
Oh.
She's dressed up like an alien, and
She's one of those aliens with the butt for a face.
That looks kind of like a spider. If a spider and your butt had a baby.
Yes. Do you have a species name on them?
Aqualish.
There we go.
Aqualish.
Thank you.
Great.
So Cher is an Aqualish.
And who's there? Who's there that we all know and love very well?
There is a surprise cameo from The Mandalorian. He's just walking through the background.
Yeah, but guess who else is there?
Oh.
Lando.
Lando Calrissian.
Yeah.
Where did we last see Lando?
Return of the Jedi on Endor.
Yeah.
Really? He hasn't been in the new trilogy at all?
Nope, this is his first movie. He has been in a book, but it's been pretty
Right. And then and then Solo, obviously.
Then perfect time to bring back old Landy D.
And
Yeah.
that's been confirmed,
C.
right?
Yes.
Yeah, Lando is in this movie.
Yeah.
Great. So,
So
he's slurping noodles.
Oh, what's really weird is that Donald Glover is in the booth across, and it's very awkward.
Yeah. But he's a Greedo alien.
Yeah, exactly.
He's been made up. It's
a
like
little Easter
species
egg.
check.
And it's
Rodian.
A rodent.
Rodian.
oh,
So he.
but his
yeah,
name is Agredo, and he's very friendly.
Donald Glover plays the nicest Rodian named Agredo.
So they see Lando, but the thing is, Lando doesn't know who any of them are.
No, so they have to explain themselves.
And
Well, they don't know who he is either.
yeah,
Right.
Is it just a quick?
I feel like everyone knows
Lando's
who
not
Lando
like a
Calrissian
legend
is.
across the galaxy.
Here's how it usually happens. I feel like they get into some sort of unintended trouble, and then Lando has to like save their butts.
Oh, that's good.
Or
Yeah.
does Lando...
They offend Agredo.
That's right. Nobody can offend Agredo, and Agredo.
Agredo is like a hardcore pho enthusiast, and they start eating it very like culturally insensitively.
Yeah.
Like they're using forks.
Uh-huh.
I feel like the thing that Lando would do...
They use too much.
Too much hoisin sauce.
Hoisin sauce.
Oh, it's like
They're
brown.
dumping it in the broth, and
Yeah.
he's just like, no.
This movie is so intensely concerned with pho for some reason.
Well, it's for the overseas market.
It's true. It's true.
They're really trying to push this in Vietnam.
I feel like a Lando thing would be to like Finn and Poe don't know who he is, and Lando makes some sort of they need something. He makes a deal with them, and he kind of screws them on the deal.
So let's say they're asking around, and Lando's like, I heard you guys are looking for tips on old like rebel tech, right, or a place to go. Because everybody sort of knows, like, finger to nose that the rebellion still exists because these stories are starting to circulate. So maybe he's like, I can help you.
Yeah, what makes the rebellion? So we have like Rey off doing Jedi stuff. What makes the rebellion strong without Jedi? Like, what would they need?
I mean, right now they're just looking for a home that is safe from the First Order. Like,
Okay, cool.
They
Like an
need
old-
fortifications.
Dude, well, does Lando still have any pool in Bespin?
Oh,
Can we go back to Cloud City
good question.
as a place for the Resistance to hold up in?
Huh.
That's interesting.
Interesting. So, okay, I got a little thing here.
Oh, Tom.
Oh,
please.
Tom, please, before we go to Vape Cloud City, let us know what.
Oh, dude, before we go to Dank Strawberry Vape Cloud City.
So let's just fast forward a bit because why waste our time?
Yeah, we know. He's gonna help them get to where they need
Yeah.
to go.
Lando gets in their ship.
Oh, okay. He doesn't have the Lady Luck anymore.
Okay, maybe
he
he
lost
does.
the Lady Luck, didn't he?
Not in canon, but
Oh, snap.
sure.
Okay.
Why
Well,
not?
he's
I
just
mean,
like-
it's been 25 years.
He sells it real quick.
Lando's different. Well, Lando's just like he's also gone through a few changes. Like his clothes aren't as well fitting anymore.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
like,
he's gained some weight, but he refuses to buy a new wardrobe.
and he's like, hey, can I catch a ride? I'll pay you back. And they're like, all right, Lando, that's cool. And so he's like, oh man, it's just around this star here, talking about Bespin. And then when they get there, there's a sign on Bespin that says "shut down."
Oh, I thought you were going to say 4. Say
You know what? It actually has one of those like circus looking covers because they're spraying for bugs.
They're fumigating Cloud. I'm sorry, Tom. Wait a second.
They're fumigating the Cloud
City.
of Bespin.
Yeah.
A city that is already fumigated naturally.
Is the city called Bespin or is it the planet?
The planet.
Okay.
so
Yeah,
But it's Cloud City on Bespin.
Yeah, so like, oh man. So then he goes, but I do know about this place.
But that there's another cool place.
Okay, I was gonna ask. Is this a good joke or is it good for the story?
Well, it's good for a thing that I've been trying to force for a while now.
Force. Nice.
What are you trying to force?
So he goes, well,
young
there is this
Padawan.
there is this other place. Like what? And then Poe goes, please don't say Bargain Island.
What is Bargain Island?
Can you explain Bargain Island, Tom?
No,
Convince me that Bargain Island is a thing.
but it sucks, dude. And you don't want to go there.
Yeah, okay, but you've been watching some of the like Resistance and stuff. Is Bargain Island in any of that? Is Bargain Island just
No,
your
it's a new
thing?
place, dude. You got it. Come on, dude.
Okay,
Yes.
Bargain.
what it is.
I just love that. I said Bespin like 6 or 7 minutes ago. That means for the past 6 or 7 minutes, Tom was like, "Fuck no, we're not."
I was like, nah.
Nah, I'll let this play out for a bit. But we're going to Bargain Island.
We're going to Bargain Island.
And is Bargain Island a planet? Or is it on what's the name of the
No.
planet Bargain Island's on, Tom?
It's mostly water, and there's an island on it.
So the
But it's a planet, but they call it. They name it after the island.
Is a planet named Bargain then?
No.
And the
No one really. The planet has like a number name, but colloquially they just call it Bargain Island because like that's the only thing worth mentioning on the planet.
Are there bargains on the island?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, it's called Rocktus 87, aka Bargain Island.
I feel like this is a good time to Alex, how we doing?
You know what? I think Bargain Island is a great time to introduce like porgs are yesterday.
Okay.
We need
New
some
creature.
new
Yes!
cute creatures
All right.
to merchandise. What is on Bargain
yes,
Island?
So
Alex.
the ship touches down on Bargain Island. It's a beautiful sweeping shot.
Oh, this place is gorgeous. It's a. Do you remember?
Keep in mind, it sucks.
And we're gonna find out why it sucks in a minute. Because this place is gorgeous. It looks like the beach fights from Rogue
You know why
One.
it sucks? It's because there's falling prices everywhere. Dude.
Wait, why would that make it suck if there's falling prices?
It's dangerous.
No, hey,
They'll
Tom.
kill you, dude.
Tom, no.
Okay.
We're not gonna have
This is the casino portion of this movie.
Something else then.
So they get to Bargain Island.
and it's a tropical paradise that sucks.
Yeah. And we see our new creature.
Yeah.
So we've had Ewoks before, which were like bears. Porgs, which are like
Muffins?
fuzzy birds.
Yeah.
So what do we want to base? What's a cute animal that we can base this creature
If it's
on?
Cats. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
That's true. There aren't many cat-like creatures in the Star Wars.
Cat-like creatures. If it's tropical, I would say like some sort of bird.
Okay.
As well, or a lizard, like a cute lizard. That's not like a bantha.
Let's
not
go
bantha.
lizard. Let's go lizard. Let's take
What's
it.
Dewback?
Dewback. That's what I'm thinking of.
What's
Banthas
dewback?
are furry, right?
Yep.
What's the dewback?
Dewback are like the big lizards. The last episode of The Mandalorian had a dewback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
You ride them around. Okay. So
Ride them dewback.
we have. It's like you know what?
they
It's a
got big
combination
ol'-
of a cat and a bird.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's like a little flying kitten kitty cat.
It purrs.
Yeah.
It's got big ol' eyes.
It purrs, but it has a small beak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like super fluffy and cute and chubby.
Yeah.
But it's bigger than a porg. It's like porgs are about what? Like maybe like 8 inches to
like
a foot tall.
A big football, I'd say.
Yeah. Okay. Like a big football. So let's say this thing is like, I don't know,
Like a real big
20% bigger.
like a big American football.
Like a rugby ball.
Yeah.
Can I, just because I love Minox so much with their big sucky mouths?
Yeah.
Can we give this thing like it's cute, but it has a terrible like
Big
does its
sucky
beak-
mouth?
Does it beak open almost like predator like?
When it's threatened.
Yes.
It's one of those things that's very cute until it's threatened.
It also lays eggs,
Like a possum.
and it lays eggs grossly. It's very sloppy.
Yeah. And it's like a lot of like
Not hard shelled eggs, but like salmon roe.
and like a lot of effort sounds when it happens.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm imagining the toy like squeezing the eggs.
Like
It's just a bunch of candy.
You would they would sell toothpaste
Yeah.
that's in the shape of the creature that you just.
and the sound it makes. Did you guys ever see Annihilation?
Yeah.
No, I
Like
haven't seen
so,
it.
okay, so instead of the like one
It
of the,
makes the tortured sounds of a woman screaming.
yeah, so it's a person just going help, and you're like, do I need to do something? Like, no.
But
they're fine.
until it poops its eggs, it's very cute.
yeah.
And then it's absolute guttural horror.
Okay, so it's really cute unless it's pooping eggs, which it does a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them on this island.
Yeah, and
But
they're
they get-
called. Let's see, they need a cute little name. They're called bloop blops.
Oh, bloop blops.
Bloop blops.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my extremely good science fiction name.
I like bloop.
That's a Rick and Morty level alien.
You know, like bloop is real cute, easy for kids to say.
But blop is telling you what it does.
Well, you know what? When we workshopped it, we said they bloop and they blop.
Yeah.
Bloop blop.
All right, so we're on Bargain Island.
We're on Bargain Island, full of bloop blops.
So bloop is bird and blop is cat.
Sure.
Got it. Okay.
So, Tom, I'm going to make you actually world build this a little
great.
bit. So, Bargain Island,
You pushed it so hard.
what's on it? Like,
Dude, Bargain Island. It looks gorgeous. But
what sucks?
What sucks is there are it's the whole thing is a dormant volcano, but not like one volcano. It's just like a bunch of like lava
there are lava vents.
Mhm.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so it's like the place at the end of episode 3.
Bride? Oh.
Which is called
Mustafar.
Mustafar.
Oh. From The Lion King.
Then let's not make it lava. Let's make it acid.
Okay,
Oh, dude.
Switching from fire damage to corrosive, baby.
Oh, and Finn and Per are like, what a great place for the rebel base to be.
Yeah, with all this acid.
Which it is, though, because Lando knows like a very specific, I guess, like, maybe it was like a hidden base from long ago. That
Yeah,
no
like a
one knew
series
about.
of caves, much like in the last
Because
movie.
the place sucks so bad.
does suck.
No one
Yeah, it's
would-
like the First Order would never come look here because
No one
Bargain
would
Island
ever.
sucks.
Yeah, and the sulfur would ruin Kylo's hair.
And I gotta say, so
It's too humid here for him.
yeah, he hates it.
If he got here, he would have to take his shirt off, and it makes him very self-conscious.
And if you don't think Kylo would complain about humidity messing with his hair, you haven't watched the movies.
and I want to cut back to Rey because she's she's
so we
most
do a
important.
side wipe.
So what I'd like to do before we do the side wipe, which is perfect.
Do we do a
I
side
was
wipe?
literally about to say when you transition, if you could do wipes, and then it did it.
You need a side wipe.
Just about a 10% feather on the edge, just
Yep.
so it's soft. But right before it happens, I want to get like maybe Rose is like this place sucks, and then side wipe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So we're with Rey now.
Okay.
Rey is alone in this like Ronin state on her ship.
But
and what did she take? She's not on the Falcon. Leia's got the Falcon. The ship from Rebels went with Poe and Finn.
Yeah, Ghost.
Ghost. So what is Rey taking?
I would put her in
Just one of these like
something-
merchant ships they picked up along the way.
I know like we're having fun, sure. But I'd like to respect also what's happened in the trailer, which is like there is some sort of desert land. That
She
she's
says
on.
we have to go back to Jakku.
Okay, so she's on Jakku.
I believe in the first trailer she literally says that. Right?
We see somebody says something about going back to Jakku. I think
Somebody did.
She talks about it a lot in episode 7 because she thinks that her parents are going to come back, and spoiler, they don't.
We see a weird so just like things established location wise.
Yeah.
We see like that weird ice planet type thing in the trailer. That's really rad looking. We see might be the same planet wherever their Rey and Kylo fight with their lightsaber duel. That's like a bunch of water everywhere, and it looks like this is maybe a different shot, but the Star Destroyer that comes out of the ice.
Man, I really should have watched this trailer.
It's good.
It's pretty dope. So we know there's a big ice planet thing.
Yeah. What if Bargain Island has crazy weather?
What if the entire movie is actually one planet that has intensely different biomes?
I tell you what, we'll make Bargain Island into the ice planet, but let's put Rey on Jakku, right? So we see just like her ship has landed and she's walking away from it in the sand.
Is she going back to like kind of go back to where it all began?
Yeah, because there was a big thing at the end of Last Jedi where basically Kylo's telling her like he told her like you come from nothing. Your parents didn't want you. They probably sold. He said they sold you for drinking money.
Yeah, and she's like, "I'll show you nothing," and then she
I think-
digs through trash on Jakku.
Yeah, she wants to go back and try to like find any hint of her legacy and her heritage.
Do you believe the trailer has her going through like a big junk looking thing for the new movie? Unless they were just cutting a scene from an old movie in there.
Yeah. I'll just leave it at that. I don't want to guide you too much.
It's a different junk thing. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's a junk planet from Transformers 1986.
Yeah, so we've gotten away a little bit from this whole Jedi Order thing because as far as I'm hypothesizing, this entire movie is about like the rise of an entire new order of Jedi, not just one. Right. Like, it's not just Rey.
Right.
I tweeted this like a year ago. I think the title means that Skywalker is going to be whatever the new order is called after Luke, because it will not be like religiously affiliated the way that Jedi was as a sort of weird cult thing.
Right.
Yeah.
So we need to start like Rey needs to start cultivating a new Jedi Order in some way.
Oh, do you think this happens before we wrap this up?
I mean, if I'm putting my money down, I think episode 9 definitely ends like
Okay.
in the far future with the Jedi
I
flourishing.
got it.
Sure.
I got it. So I think
She
not
trains BB-8 how to use a lightsaber.
With his little cigarette lighter hand.
Oh, which would be pretty cool, actually.
not to bridge too much, but I think it would be cool if like she does do some heroic stuff on Jakku, which does inspire some young, you know.
She gets in. She's doing this stuff, and oh man, what she sees a scuffle going on. Some they're not Jawas, but they're kind of like them because another desert planet are hassling this guy, and it's the dude that she sells junk to from episode 7.
Uncarplet.
What? What's his name?
Uncarplet.
Uncarplet. Uncarplet's getting hassled, and there's a second where she's
But he's
just,
a real dirtbag. Though.
exactly. So
Right.
she has a second of just like, yeah, man, this guy, screw him.
Right.
But then she's like, no, wait.
But then her sense of balance
yes,
kicks in.
and she saves him, and he's like, yo, you were just that.
He
that,
does say yo too.
yeah, yo, girl. He goes, yo. He's like, you were just that dirt rat. Womp. That's not womp rat. It's a Tatooine thing.
But
Only,
they say
really.
womp rattle. Oh, they said a lot in Mandalorian actually.
He's like, you were just a nothing, but now you're a something.
And it's great dialogue.
Yes,
So
because she
good.
has a pin that says "I did it,"
Yeah.
and he's like, whoa. and he's like, whoa.
that scene from the trailer when we see Leia very lovingly like talking to her and I think hugging her in the forest.
Yeah.
She just puts a pin on her that says I did it.
It's a very tearful goodbye.
Leia goes, now your Jedi training's complete.
So we
So he sees that and he's like, whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
We need to start sort of clipping along through events here to
Yeah.
try, because this is a 2.5 hour movie that
Yeah,
we're
sure.
trying to get through. So I think she goes down into some cave because like Jedi love hanging out in caves. It's their favorite
And
thing.
and she finds it because like it speaks to her, like it calls to her
Yeah.
just like all those other places.
And I think like maybe Luke appears to her.
Yeah.
Force Ghost.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
And he tells her like you
dude.
have to.
And
like,
Yoda?
Sure, he's there.
And Qui-Gon Jinn.
Qui-Gon's there. Qui-Gon's there for no reason.
And yeah, Qui-Gon's just making tea off to the side.
yeah, you don't know he's there until he farts. And they're like, oh, wait, sorry.
And I have a good thing here. So yeah, she finds herself called to the depths of on Jakku of like some of the it was like pieces of Imperial stuff that was like there's like a big Star Destroyer that was
yeah, like
broken
a
down and
crashed
stuff.
Star Destroyer.
Yeah.
Right, and below that crash, it's unearthed like what was something there before, and it's like not like a Jedi temple, but it is something similar. Where like
Something runic.
well, because so she doesn't have a lightsaber anymore because it broke at the end of, or one of them broke at the end of the last movie.
It was hers.
Luke's?
It was
Hers?
Luke's.
Yeah.
Which was very confusing to me when he first appeared before Kylo and had a lightsaber. I was like, how did he get a lightsaber?
And then you're like,
and then
oh,
he wasn't real. So
Oh, this is how.
Yeah, he pretended.
He also looked much cleaner shaved.
yeah, that's a good point. Rey doesn't have a lightsaber anymore.
So I think Rey rebuilt her lightsaber. This place has like
It's got focusing crystals and shit.
kyber crystals, right?
Yeah.
Kyber crystals? Yeah, hell yeah. But
And
as
what's a color that we haven't used yet?
oh,
Can't go pink.
Chartreuse.
That's green.
The color.
Does she go like Windu Violet?
We haven't seen like a gold from.
Ooh,
like a real, like,
Well,
other
in
people have had
episode
yellow.
2. There were some yellow lightsabers.
Yeah,
right?
let's just say she does it though.
Let's go gold. It's not yellow. It's so gold. It's gold.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
gold.
Yeah.
And like as she's done making this, because I feel like every time Jedi do anything, like a bad internal conflict happens.
She like builds it out of junk from this old Imperial tech.
It's dope. She makes it, and then that's when a cloaked person walks in, and that cloaked person is the Dark Ray we saw in the trailer, who has the double-sided
wow.
blade.
I
and
did not see the trailer.
Okay, and she fights this Dark Ray.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we should point out, because this is new Star Wars and Kylo Ren's lightsaber has those two shooty-offy things, hers has a curved rapier handguard that goes all the way across her knuckles.
Did you, Ray's new one that she made.
Yeah.
But
She-
didn't they show it?
It looks like an epic.
It like unfolds.
yeah, but this is the Dark Ray one.
I see.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Yes.
Which makes sense for Rey because Rey fought with the staff before she fought with the lightsaber. Anyway, but it's her. She's fighting her inner demons. It's a very like Star
very
Wars
Empire.
thing.
So this is all a vision?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's all like sort of
Well,
a
we're not
force.
sure at the time, but it's revealed later. It is.
It is like a force manifested vision of sorts. But she does finish the fight, and she's like, damn, what a cool lightsaber. I should do that with mine.
Right, but that was also like that's the metaphorical, much like Luke did. Like that's him defeating the dark side portion of him, right?
Yeah.
The part that would draw him. So Rey has like she's sort of fully come around now.
Yeah.
right. She's been like dark side, get out of here.
Yeah, and there's a shot too, like we see like
There's a shot of that big nasty hole on Luke's planet, and it shows it getting plugged up.
yeah.
The porgs make a nest in it, and now it's great.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And
plug.
and also after she defeats this dark side version of her, she still feels like there's someone in there, and she goes, "Kylo, are you here?" And he's like, "Yeah, that was awesome."
All right, next time I see you, you're gonna have that dope lightsaber. She's like, "Yes, I will." He's like, "I gotta get a cool one too."
I gotta upgrade my lightsaber.
Cool. So she feels reinvigorated in her loyalty to the light side,
And we sidewipe again.
Mm-hmm.
It's just because with the lore that we've established in this too, does her defeating her dark side in this, because I think Luke like summarily was like, I reject the dark side, it's gone. Is this victory more of a like she accepts the darkness within her and learns how to balance it properly?
Sure.
Yeah,
Cool.
maybe Abby, how about this? Like instead of like killing that dark side version of her, she like puts her like in, she puts like a saber
a
up,
camel
up to her
Like
throat.
camel clutch, a sleeper holds.
Or like up to her throat, like so that she could.
Yeah.
And she like mercifully like doesn't kill it.
Yeah.
And it disappears.
Yeah, and then it hugs her and then disappears.
Yeah, and it goes, we should be building each other up instead of tearing each other down, girl.
successful women should not tear each other down.
Let's take a
then
vacation
we-
to Bargain Island.
And then we cut to Rose, who no one's paying attention to still.
And then we cut back to
Rey.
and just to continue on that Kylo thing too, he goes, "Oh, by the way, I totally know where you are, and here I come."
Yeah, and they fight.
Yep.
Cool.
so now we are back with Foe and Pin.
yeah.
Poe and Finn. They're on Bargain Island. It's winter. Winter came quickly to Bargain Island.
Yep.
Oh,
And now it's an
everything's
ice
frozen.
planet.
Yep.
Yeah. And what we don't realize, all of the
And they've gathered the rebels there.
yes, all the rebels have come there, and everyone's like, great, what a new place to start our new resistance.
And just then, an acid geyser bursts and kills 3 of the like 22. of them.
yeah.
out of the ice, the geyser does.
And
Okay,
Leia
great.
looks very like tersely into the camera, very big swell of John Williams music, and she goes, "This place sucks."
Lando and Leia have a slight reunion. He's like, it's the best I could do, baby. Is what he says.
Yeah. Hey,
That's what he
Hey,
says.
baby, it was the best I could do.
it's not called Expensive Island.
Yeah, it's called Bargain Island.
What'd you expect?
Yeah, I won it in a game
But
for a bargain.
they're getting set up. They have their ships are out in the oven,
Oh.
and then you just see Star Destroyers jump into orbit.
Well, so what you see before they jump into orbit is out from the ice. They thought that they were all in the clear. There's been a Star Destroyer under the water the
Is
whole
there
time.
really a shot of a Star Destroyer coming out of water in this movie?
Out of the ice? Yeah, it's awesome.
That's absolutely nonsense.
It
All
is
right.
rad as hell.
I'm sure it's rad, but it's nonsense.
Oh, it's rad nonsense.
Yeah.
That's Star Wars' tagline.
Rad
Rad nonsense.
All right. So hold on. We've got a big fight with the First Order coming up. New Order, the band. The First Order coming up. What do we need here? What's like our? It's scrappy band of rebels versus the giant First Order. They're obviously grossly outnumbered.
Man, I feel like this is a small thing, but someone should have a bad feeling about something.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
Right before the Star Destroyer
Leia has a bad
comes,
feeling about it.
right before the Star Destroyer comes out of the ice.
They get sprayed with 3 people. Get
3
killed,
people died with acid.
and then Leia goes, "This sucks. I have a bad feeling about this." Yeah.
Also, to go back when they were when Poe and Finn were at the pho place, one of them got his bowl and said, "I have a bad feeling about this."
Yeah.
and later was sick.
Yeah.
Later had mad diarrhea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when he sees the acid geysers, he's like, "I've seen worse."
Yeah,
And,
great.
And Finn's in the bathroom for a while, just like suffering from that pho.
Yeah.
And Rose is like, "Do you need anything, babe?" He's like, "Leave me alone."
Yeah, and then Poe's like, "I brought you some water." He's like, "Come on in."
Come into my clouds. My little stink bombs.
Poor Rose. Okay, cool.
So the First Order shows up.
yeah. Anything else? What else we got?
There's one major plot point that I feel like you should include
Yeah.
the Emperor, maybe.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
okay, yeah. Well, you know, you don't want to give it away immediately.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
Yeah.
My mistake.
Yeah. Well, they go, "Wait, hang on a second. Star Destroyers under the ocean in ice?"
Well,
No,
this was
there's only one man who's that crazy.
Is it a
Yeah.
in the trailer? Is it a
Not even powerful. Just Crazy.
Did you guys hear about the Emperor? That guy's crazy.
Wild man.
So the question is, do we want the Emperor to be... He can't be alive. It's been too long.
All of the implications from the trailer are that he is.
Yeah.
All I've heard is that you hear him laugh at the end.
Yeah.
And it's over black.
You also see a shot
know what?
that heavily implies that he is.
We got to do that fan service. So.
Well, but like Star Wars is full of flashbacks and illusions.
True.
True.
Right,
But
so-
it does,
I got it.
But it does seem very clear that he is back.
Hang on. There's no one on the ship because the Emperor is the ship.
Oh, wait.
Dude.
The Emperor's a Star Wars.
I'm down.
Spin-off Jedi Knight Rider?
Okay. And we see Kylo Ren talking to the ship as the ship laughs the way. There's a back and forth red beam on the bridge of the ship.
Weirdly enough, like I'm way more inclined to believe that they put his consciousness into a Star Destroyer than that he's actually still alive. So I'm down for this.
You know the big ball things on a Star Destroyer, which
Yeah.
are probably radars, I guess, or satellites of some
Shield
sort.
generators.
Shield generators. Yeah, that's where he is. He's just his soul is in there.
And there's
it's got a philactery.
yeah, exactly.
and this feels out of place, but there is a 30-second title sequence for Jedi Knight Rider.
Yeah.
Coming to Disney Plus this fall.
Disney Plus. What's this crazy emperor been up to this whole time? Find out this fall on Disney Plus.
And it's him and Kylo. Just
Well, all right. So this giant Star
man,
Destroyer
what a
comes up
buddy
out of the
comedy.
ice, and they're just like, "Oh my god!" Like it's shaking the ground. Their base is going to be screwed.
They know that laugh, and they're like,
Yeah.
that's the emperor's laugh."
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's
But
coming.
it's not coming from anyone.
It's coming out from the loudspeakers on the Star Destroyer.
But it's not coming out from the loudspeakers. It's coming out from the ship. Just from the ship
the ship has a
itself.
big laughing mouth.
I mean, not really a maw.
No.
But it's making the laugh sound.
yeah, and I'm not sure you're getting the nuance Ruben's really trying to force here. It's not from a speaker. It doesn't have a mouth, but it is coming from the ship.
Have you ever seen Herbie the Love Bug?
It's like that, but hate.
Herbie the Hate Destroyer.
Yeah. Palpatine the Hate Destroyer.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it comes up and it's floating, and they're braced for just like we're dead.
Also, Ed, to your point, how would a Star Destroyer be under ice?
I don't know.
But if it's powered by a Palpatine Force Boy,
That's true.
There
By
you go.
Old Force Granddaddy.
All Force Granddaddy.
Oh, floppy face Granddaddy Force.
Oh,
Oh, Rico beans?
Oh, Mr. Eyebags.
old Giggle Jowls.
Fully armed and operational boy.
Gets bad.
Yeah.
Great. Stuff's bad.
So I think but this ship is bearing down on them, and it could easily blast them off the face of Bargain Island.
Oh, right off the island.
So I feel like
But do we just stop there and wipe away?
I think that they get captured and they get put on the ship.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking that this would be the climactic battle.
Oh, okay. I just
Well, they don't have anything to fight with.
yeah.
Who, the Resistance?
Yeah, they have like 2 ships.
I think Rey needs to come save him.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. Rey has to. Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
once she like gathers her force, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
So do we have what? Do we have a
Sideway.
third plot line? We have Poe and Finn. We have Rey. And then, it was just Leia and the rest of the thing. So let's say that just for time's sake, what we've seen going on is like Rey had this moment with her dark self, and she like made this lightsaber, and we see her jumping from planet to planet. And what it seems like she's
Sorry, my
doing-
brain just saw her force jumping between planets, which is wild.
just boing.
Yeah.
No, like she hits a bunch of different spaceports and stuff like that, and it appears like
she has- the
she's
name of her-
looking for somebody.
Yeah.
like
Oh, I
it's
see.
a fake out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it looks like she's like gathering supplies or looking for a person. Like she's looking for some. Maybe she's looking for Kylo Ren. Let's
Yeah.
say.
Okay,
Right?
cool.
Even though she can force.
Oh, so
him to-
Kylo Ren is not on. Is Kylo Ren on the Emperor ship?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. And so we've just seen that Rey's been planet hopping.
We do the Indiana Jones plane thing,
Yeah,
but Star Wars.
Oh, with the map where
Yeah.
the red line is following her trajectory.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
But it's space, so it's in 4 dimensions and it's unconscionable to look at. Yeah. Like it's incomprehensible.
it's inside a cube.
Yeah, the way J.J. Abrams shot it, it's like inside a hypercube and none of it makes sense.
Hard to look at. Unnecessary.
People get terribly sick during
Yeah.
this part.
Like you knew
Yeah.
she was in different places because the locales were different, but
Yeah.
Because like I need to show space.
Yeah. And so let's do, let's see, Pone Finner there. I'm just trying to line this story up in my head because we've put a lot on it.
Everyone is captured. If I remember correctly, remembering correctly where we are.
Yes, they're on
Everyone's
on the ship.
on the Palpatine Knight Rider ship.
Yes.
Except for Rey.
How about like what if there is like this really strong like swell of the Force on this planet that, or I don't know, place where like they would both want to meet?
Okay.
Is that something? I don't know.
On Bargain Island?
On Bargain Island.
Alex, we just left Bargain Island.
I can't wait to figure out the Star Warsy way to spell Bargain Island. After this.
I can't wait till someone in the fandom goes, well, technically there is. Like, there's a close
canonical.
approximation to it.
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to figure out like some mutual thing that like in Rey's journeys that would take her to a place, and why Kylo can see where she's going.
I kind of feel like she's just going to go to him on the
Yeah.
ship because that just eliminates the need for a giant planet battle.
Well, so I think I'll propose here is where is in Jedi Order, where is the place that Cal-Katarn goes to do the Jedi trials?
I could not tell you. Alex?
That's
It's like
too
a
deep even for me.
Jedi temple, because Kylo's whole thing is like
Well, it's not Yavin 4, is it?
it might be. I don't remember. It's been a while. Because Kylo's whole thing is like destroy, get rid of the past, destroy the past, bring new, which has been sort of a theme of this entire thing. So if they're both going to this place that has like significant importance to the Jedi in general, him there to destroy it, we don't really realize that. I think maybe what we don't find out until she's there is that she's there to destroy it as well.
Okay.
But like not in a bad way. She's destroying it to like create a new order. He's destroying it out of this like anger.
Okay.
And so we see two sides of their same coin, basically, of like, that doesn't make any sense. Two sides of their same coin, Jesus. But the idea is like he's trying to get rid of the past out of anger, and she's trying to get rid of the past to like grow forward into something better.
All right.
So does she have any kids with her? Has she been picking kids up? I feel like
She's just stealing kids.
I don't know. But if we're like, if we get this like new order, we haven't really been.
No, man, that kid's good at racing. Come on.
yeah, she goes full on Qui-Gon and
just starts ripping children
just
from their
starts
families.
picking up qualified orphans.
She becomes like this Jedi scout,
Yeah, force-sensitive orphans.
and she renames her ship the Friend ship.
yes.
So it's like seems cool.
So they're both headed for Yavin 4. And
great.
so her ship and the USS Uncle Eyebags are converging. We have a shot of Kylo on the bridge of the ship talking to this voice of the Emperor.
Yeah.
Right? We don't know if at this point, you honestly couldn't tell if it was the ship or if it was in Kylo's mind.
Oh, wow.
If it was the Emperor like reaching out from the
man.
beyond.
Yeah.
To speak to him.
Yeah.
And
then
so
and the Emperor's like, and then with this one time I blew up Alderaan. It's very cool.
You should have seen it. If you think you like Darth Vader so much, you think Darth Vader's cool. I electrified him. Hold on, I have to say this just for the audience's edification. Apprentice.
So he's talking to the Emperor, and the Emperor is like really egging him on toward like this is it. This is the death of the Jedi Order. This is the beginning of a great new resurgence
Of the Sith.
Well, Kylo says in Last Jedi he doesn't want there to be any Jedi, any Sith, anything.
They want to
Sure,
start,
sure.
He wants to start something.
He wants
new.
to start fresh.
Yeah.
So he's like, once this is complete.
Once it's
I can't not speak in that ridiculous Emperor voice. He's like, once this is done, then the First Order will be all that's left.
great.
Right? So we're going to do that. Everyone else is chained up down in the brig.
And Ship Palpatine's kind of like,
Not what I want, but what can I do? I'm a ship.
and just to like make Kylo's motivation a bit more believable for me anyway. This actually isn't a joke, but like I feel like Kylo's like, no, I don't want to continue.
I know.
He's like, but I think he does say like,
And then he destroys his bedroom in a fury.
He does. So he goes to his bedroom. He's listening to the cure, and he goes, "But I don't want the new order, First Order. I want to start something new." And the Emperor's like, "You insolent child!" And so because the Emperor is still so powerful, he can still control Kylo.
The idea
and
of
Kylo ain't happy about that.
The idea of Kylo smashing up his room with a lightsaber to like love cats by the cure is very funny.
yeah, Emperor Palpatine.
And it has to be love cats.
He's like, I still have control. I'm so strong. I can still control you. And he makes Kylo poop himself a little bit.
Well, he force lightnings him from a port.
Oh, yeah, just like
On the wall.
Yeah, Kylo goes to plug in his lightsaber to charge it.
Yeah. It's like any piece of electronic.
Oh, when you go to
equipment.
sleep, you got to plug it in.
Yeah, you gotta put a micro.
And he gets
USB in
shocked,
that
and
thing.
he's like, that was me.
I can do a lot more of that too.
Yeah, that's more where that came from.
And so,
Isn't it cool on a big ship?
I think their plan.
God, I'm so much bigger than I was before.
Man,
Yeah.
this is better than an old man.
You know when they're like, he thick? I mean, look at he thick. Me thick.
we have our,
This is when all the fans are like, "This is too much." I got.
yeah, and I think maybe they bring. Is it? They're not just going to destroy the temple on Yavin 4. They're going to destroy Yavin 4. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Because it's a Star Wars movie. Planetary destruction has to at least be on the table.
One planet-shaped thing has to blow
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
And because the Emperor is so strong, combined with Kylo's power,
Oh, yeah.
they could do that.
Yeah, he's got like sort of Death Star level technology, miniaturized onto this ship. It's like the first computers were the size of like multiple rooms,
Right.
and now that it's a smartphone, they've miniaturized the Death Star tech pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do see Kylo giving a really cool conference to all the other First Order people. Like, now another thing, and he
Yeah,
brings out the tiny.
He's wearing a black turtleneck.
Yeah, and he brings out the tiny Star Destroyer.
It's a fire stick.
Yeah, he's like, we have shrunk the power of a Star Destroyer
Into this
Of a fully armed and operational battle station.
of a Death Star,
into this USB thumb drive.
and everyone just it's in his pocket, and he pulls it out. Didn't even know I had it on me.
He points at the people. They gasp, think he's going to shoot him with it. He's like, I can't do it with this. You silly. I got to plug it in.
So that's where they are. But first, Kylo is going to go down to the temple.
Yeah.
Like, he's going to do some stuff, and then they're going to blow up Yavin 4. They bring all the rebels they've captured and tell them this is what's going to happen, and we're going to make you watch as the last shred of hope for your rebellion is destroyed.
And when Kylo's down there,
The old hope.
yeah, not the new one. When Kylo's down there, I think that's when he's like in there smashing shit up.
But he stops and he just says in his head, "I can tell you're already here."
Yeah,
And Rey steps out from behind the column.
He hears her smashing things up.
Oh,
Yeah, and he's like, "What are you doing?" That was my idea.
This is my smash time.
I was coming to smash the temple. Why are you smashing the
This is
temple?
Kylo smash time.
Yeah, and she would be like, "You were right about one thing, and it's that."
The old gods must die.
Yeah, eat the rich. The old gods will prevail. But her thing is like, the old Jedi Order is dead, and it needs to stay that way.
She tells him about basically what Luke told her in Last Jedi about like the misunderstanding of like Luke, the moment of fear he had when he felt like he needed to maybe kill him to keep him from being evil.
Right.
And it's this whole conversation about like destiny, and again, it's bridging some more of the last movie of like destiny and how lineage isn't important. They can make their own futures.
Yep.
What's important is that they like move forward together.
Yep. Okay, so this kicks off, of course, an epic lightsaber duel.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This is the big thing in the movie. They bring back Duel of the Fates from Phantom Menace.
Because it's too good to not bring back.
Yeah, how could you not use that song again?
That fight is still really good.
It's incredible.
Yeah, because he's not quite on board yet, and they fight.
And they go horde.
And as they're fighting, they're destroying all sorts of ancient Jedi artifact.
Yeah,
yeah.
all statues and tomes.
and tomes. And yeah.
Meanwhile, up on the ship, the rebels get loose and start effing S up with all the First Order.
BB-8 is
Covered in knives.
He rolled through like some sticky stuff, and then rolled over a bunch of like blades, and now
And
He's
like,
covered in lightsabers.
And don't forget, C-3PO is there to nag everyone.
Yes.
I think this is a bad idea.
to run around like a Nancy boy while everything's exploding.
Easy. Oh,
BB-8, you'll cut yourself.
that's my old face.
I don't care if you're made of metal, BB-8. BB-8's messing stuff up. He releases people. Finn and Poe.
He's putting his little donger in the panels and turning stuff and making doors open.
Yeah.
R2's flying around, slapping people in the face.
Yeah, wasn't that weird when R2 suddenly had like crazy rocket boots and could
Yeah.
totally fight in episode, 3?
Yeah.
Two?
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. There's a lot of Star Wars stuff where they're like, hey, remember that thing you used to be able to do?
Yeah.
You can't.
BB-8 opens.
They stop and have a conversation where it's like, we could just take any of our ships and light speed it through this one and we would be fine. Like,
Yeah.
we know we can do that. Why haven't we constantly been doing this?
Do you guys remember the cool yellow and chrome ship? No? Okay.
Never mind.
Yeah, like everyone flew them. It was like the A-wing basically, but better.
Actually, you're giving me an idea.
What?
You're giving me a huge idea.
Okay, well, before we get there really quick,
yeah,
I just
not
want to
yet.
bring this. So BB-8, he opens one of the like brig doors, and it's Finn and Poe. They appear to be in a compromising situation.
They are shirtless and entangled.
Yes, but they're like, oh, this ship's.
Oh, there's my contact lens.
Yeah. There's my Star Wars contact lens. And BB-8 just goes,
Yeah.
Yeah. But his,
Or whatever
his head
sounds.
swivels around and then goes away in the
yeah,
opposite
it
direction.
swivels its head in a way that makes you think he rolled his eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but really he just but then like the subtitle says like I fully support whatever choices you guys make.
Yeah, you guys don't have to hide it. This is totally fine.
100% fine.
and Poe's
They just
like,
break down crying and start kissing.
they feel seen for the first time by BB-8s.
And Rose looks at them and just goes, "It's okay."
Yeah, Rose is there.
No, wait, no. She never got picked up.
Oh, that's right. She's still on board.
Yeah, hang on, guys.
Wait, guys.
We've planted that seed. I've been waiting to bring that one back.
She's gonna
Do
come
not
back.
ruin it for me.
Yeah, Rose is still on Bargain Island.
Yeah.
And we're cutting back and forth between like them messing up the ship, Rey and Kylo having their insane duel, and they're like talking to each other in their heads during it.
I think especially being on Yavin 4, this is the perfect time. Like most new movies reveal something new about the Force. So
yeah.
we probably need a new Force power being used by Rey or Kylo or both.
So far, we have Force push, Force lightning, lightsaber, force jump.
We got a spaceship that can talk.
I mean, that's a pretty new one.
Maybe that
Force.
Everyone who has the Force just leaves their bodies and enters spaceships.
Force Superman laser eyes.
Could there just be like a really cool force teleport thing where you?
Oh,
like,
teleport would be cool.
yeah.
Have we had teleport in any way? No, I don't
mean,
think so.
They can
Unless you
move
count
so fast, right?
Yeah, but Luke.
That was an
that was a
astral projection.
projection.
Right. So no, like a straight up like place to place.
Oh man, this is definitely where it turns into a Dragon Ball Z fight
I was
where
about
they
to
move.
say this is a
They can suddenly move so fast it just looks like they're teleporting around.
Gotcha.
Let's do that.
Oh yeah, and they call it Force teleport.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because like the confluence of the Force at this temple is so strong.
Yeah, and Rey's like, I can Force teleport, and he's like, I can Force teleport too.
Yeah, and they go,
They
and they
call
look
it
at each other and go, "Are we
Yeah,
going to call it that?
They say that.
Is that what we call it? I don't know.
I don't know.
It's a first draft.
Force fast, force super fast move? No.
Force appeared.
Force displacement. No, let's go with that one.
Force surprise.
fight-
We'll call it Force surprise.
Fight me, you fool.
Yeah. One of them goes, "I feel like Goku."
You mean Luke?
Yes.
The Goku of the Star Wars universe.
Yes. They're fighting. It's crazy. So I want to make sure I don't step on whatever Tom's.
I don't know what it is. Yet. I
Beautiful
just know that I
seed with
really want to
roses.
use her. Yeah.
So they're up on the ship. Their efforts are for naught, and they're being recaptured.
Yeah.
Right. But it's at that moment you hear one of the like generals in the background standing next to Hugo Boss looking General
Wait,
Hux.
just 1 second. Did Finn and Poe do nothing? They got let out of their prison, out of their holding cell, and then they just had an emotional breakthrough and made out.
There were some heroics.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, just want to check.
Something definitely happened that needed to, which was like an entire. Well, no, this will happen in the next part. They start getting tracker pings.
Oh yeah.
They're like, there's a ship incoming.
Yeah.
And then there's another ship incoming.
Oh,
and then
no.
Another ship, and then another ship, and another ship, and another ship. And this massive armada
Oh, the entire galaxy.
appears, and it's every ship we've ever seen from every Star Wars movie. Like, this is their big bringing it back around thing. Like, the Naboo fighters are there.
Oh hell yeah.
Everyone in the audience starts clapping.
you have not seen the trailer?
No.
Yeah. So
Okay.
this is in the trailer.
Oh, great.
You see just an armada.
It's almost as if movies are formulated.
You see an armada of ships, and then the Millennium Falcon swoops in the front of them to lead the charge.
Well, good.
Well, movies have formulas.
Movies have all become exactly the same.
almost like we predicted.
So that happens, and they start bearing down on this ship. And that's just sort of like this. When we saw Rey hopping planet to planet to planet to planet to planet, that was she was gathering this army, saying that like if we all band together, we can actually defeat the First Order. She tells the tale of Luke Skywalker and says the Jedi will return, and people use that to like build the hope they need. To
And when
fight.
she says when she tells the tale of Luke Skywalker, they go, "Oh, you mean Goku?"
yeah, Star Wars Goku.
Yeah, great.
And she keeps saying, "There's going to be a Rise of Skywalker, you guys." She says it to everyone she meets.
Yeah.
Lando's got his shit. He went and got the Lady Luck bag. And
Oh,
now
all that
he's
crushed
fighting
red
them
velvet.
now. Yeah.
Ready to
oh,
go.
boy. And so we're just shooting back and forth between like giant armada battle, giant lightsaber
Oh,
fight.
dude, big space battle. and I think the Kylo and Rey fight's still happening, the space battle escalates in such a way that both ships become intensely damaged and find themselves on a collision course with Yavin 4.
Great.
And it's at this point when they stop fighting because they realize, oh, damn, both the Star Destroyer and the Millennium Falcon and like all these other ships are about to fall down.
Oh,
and
if what's about to happen is what I think is going to happen,
Yes.
it's going to be the baddest of ass.
they put aside their differences for a moment and decide to work together, and they force
push.
Yeah, they force push them.
with all their collective might.
Yep. All the planets.
It's reverse Force Unleashed.
Yes, to keep them from crashing and like gently set them down onto Yavin 4.
The planet is covered in spaceships.
They've ruined the ecology of the planet. Gone.
Oh yeah.
Every tree crushed.
Yeah. I mean, not everything's perfect.
Yeah, carbon footprint, more like carbon monster truck donut ruts.
Cool. So when this happens,
Cool.
they're like heaving, breathing heavy. They're like exhausted.
Are we talking about Poe and Finn?
Yes. No. Rey and Kylo, and Rey is like, see, like combined, we can do so much. We can do so much good. Like, I know that this is in you. And this is maybe when he's like, we're not quite sure he's about to come around. And that's when we see Palpatine has
A robot body.
exactly.
Okay.
He's got some robot body thing.
He's a mini ship.
And he's
He just crawls out and he's like this cyber augmented Palpatine.
He's like he's built himself like force pulled scraps of metal. So it's rad. He's like made out of all sorts of these weird parts of the ship. It
But
looks
also
really
like
cool.
part of it's the chair too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just glued to his butt.
Oh, he's eternally gonna be on that throne.
He loves that chair so much.
And this is where he tries to tempt Kylo back. Doesn't work. And then
And now it's Kylo and Rey versus Emperor Palpatine.
oh fuck yeah.
Robo Palpatine.
Robo, and they go, nah, not in your life, Robo Palpatine. is
and
what
he
they
goes,
say.
that's a terrible name for it.
And
I got Scottish for a second.
That accent goes into Scottish pretty easy.
and
Mecha Palpatines, maybe. I mean, come on.
Kylo goes over to his space boombox.
Oh, he rips his shirt off.
and he turns on.
He's gotten some new tats since the last movie.
yeah.
Because that's what angsty young men do.
Yeah, he looks rad.
He's got some tribal.
and he turns on a Cure song, and that's what they fight to.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Let's see. We got to go a little more aggressive than Love Cats.
Okay.
For this one.
This charming man is more upbeat.
Perfect. This charming man.
Underscored by some John Williams strings, of course.
Of course. Yeah. Well, actually, he turns on his boombox, and it's like because they force every theme into the movies every single time. You hear every one of those main themes. It's all of them playing at the same time.
It's jarring.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
every John Williams track simultaneously.
It hurts physically.
The audience whimpers like dogs.
Everyone turns their head, cocks to the side a little bit.
Yeah. Also, it somehow includes the brown note.
Yeah. Dookies are flying.
Yeah.
But it's awesome. It's this like Palpatine has, let's say he's got some cool new type of lightsaber that only he would have. So
What might that look like?
I was going to say, what is there? Because we've had regular lightsaber, we've had double-ended lightsaber, we've had General Grievous 4 lightsabers.
Light nunchucks.
Oh, what about rings? Like Voldo from Soul Calibur.
Oh, dope. That'd be cool.
Like a handle you hold and just a ring of lightsaber comes out and goes around.
Which, frankly, it's more believable that the plasma fountain of a lightsaber itself would just kind of go back in on
yeah,
itself.
so it doesn't have to just stop midair.
Yeah, how does that work? Anyway, I know there's a book that explains it, I'm sure.
Rad nonsense.
Is there an explanation of how lightsabers decide at what point to terminate?
Not that I know of.
No,
I do believe like there's a length adjuster on
Yes,
some,
you
though.
can change the length, but I think it's just
I would do nothing but just have it like at my groin, just going. Beep, beep, beep.
That's why you wouldn't be a
And
Jedi.
making that sound too while you do it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Why did we bring him into the order?
Like a slide whistle.
Well, that's the noise mine would make. It wouldn't do the like. It would just be. Yeah, slide whistle sound. I want someone to dub over lightsabers with slide whistles.
So he has these sick ass lightsaber rings, like very very cool.
Yeah.
Very Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool fight happens.
Oh, it's incredible. It's 15 minutes long.
And he actually puts like 2 of them below him, so he looks like a motorcycle going around on these things.
Yeah, he's like a Tron light cycle.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And he
actually.
does do that
Yeah.
He puts them on the ground. Since he's a robot, he just like puts all his weight on top of them and balances, and he has a rocket thruster in the throne, and it just shoots him around like a Tron cycle.
Vroom, vroom.
He says that.
Yeah.
Finn and Poe come out, appearing to be buttoning their clothes.
They're
And
very sweaty.
join in the fight.
Hair tussle.
They're on some sort of like small land speedery thing.
And every major character gets in on this.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Like, this is our end game battle, so everyone has to be involved.
Leia's doing sick force stuff.
Yeah, she's like throwing stuff or like catching things as they're being thrown.
Yeah.
she has shown herself to be ridiculously force powerful all of a sudden.
Well, it was
in the
pretty
last
quick.
movie.
I mean,
so-
I was gonna say she did it really quick in one movie.
yeah,
Got that Skywalker blood.
Yeah.
that was actually one of the main questions between my girlfriend and I when we were watching it last night. She was like, "How and when did Leia like get force powers?"
Maybe she knew all along. We don't know.
She always had them.
Well, she was always force sensitive. The question is, when did she like train them up like that? But
There's a lot of moments throughout other stories where it's kind of like a life or death situation, fight or flight. It just kind of triggers in her. So that's
She's like
what
lots
I
of
would
like
go with.
raw
she uses the
power,
force
basically.
like a squid spits ink.
Yeah. You know, if I
What
was
an
gonna,
elegant way to say that.
if I was gonna give it one metaphor, it'd be that one. So this fight's rad. It's huge. Things look bad.
Yeah,
Everyone's
they're-
getting beat up.
Yeah,
Everyone's
because
having
like
hard
there's a
time.
bunch of first order there as well.
Yeah. And I think we have to just come down to the point where it looks like Rey's gonna bite the dust here.
Yeah, she's you know what? Let's do Star Wars. She gets knocked off the edge of a cliff. She drops her lightsaber and she's holding on by one hand.
Oh man, does she get her other hand cut off so that she can't?
Of course, she gets her hand cut.
I feel like she has to get her hand cut off, right?
Oh no!
Yeah, she gets her hand cut off in the fight, and then she's barely holding on to a cliff with her good hand.
Yeah.
Which you'd obviously call the good hand because it's there.
The hand.
Yeah, she's holding on with her hand. Which hand, Ruben? The one that's there still. I don't know why I felt the need to explain that.
But she favored that hand, thankfully.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah,
it was
it's her
right.
dominant hand.
Yeah, because man, her left hand wouldn't have been able to do anything.
I mean, I guess now either hand would be the dominant hand because it's the one that's
Right.
there.
But thankfully it was the one before too. Yeah.
And you see, she slips and begins to fall when a black gauntleted glove grabs her hand.
And it's Rose. Just kidding.
I do think Rose should do something here.
What if
Yeah.
it's Luke?
Whoa? Is it his Force ghost?
Yes, made
Oh.
tangible.
Is
Is
he-
that possible?
I mean, is there precedent for it?
Yoda bonks Luke in the face with his cane.
Oh, true.
It's true.
Yeah.
All right. He has manifested himself.
Yeah, and he's just like, I can't keep doing this. You got to take care of your
I'm
shit.
very tired.
You should see me where I am right now. I look like I am straining.
I'm in the middle of a cool afterlife party, and it looks like I look like an idiot because
Yeah.
I'm just bent over with my arm out.
Yeah, I just went blank in the middle of the party. I'm trying to hang out with the entire population of Alderaan.
Yeah, dude. Freaking Mace Windu's there, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I look like an idiot in front of Mace, and he knew my dad.
Isn't Mace alive still?
Why would he be?
No. So she gets pulled up, and Luke gives her like he says like one final thing to her, or one final look.
Uh-huh.
I guess he would just say, "May the
did-
force be with you," or
He
something.
says, "Rise."
Yeah,
like that. "Rise, Skywalker."
Yeah.
and she's like, but my last name's not Skywalker.
He's like, "Yes, it is."
Yeah, because he's like, because you don't have a last name, because you don't know, because she doesn't, right?
Right.
Yeah, he's like, because you don't have a last
Oh, he
name.
bestows it on her like a title.
Yes, because she doesn't have a family or know anything about her
She's not
family.
she's like, "You mean I'm a Jedi?" He's like, "No, Skywalker."
You're a Skywalker.
He's like, "It's my own
He's
brand,
like,
dude."
As
That's-
far as it'd be
Yo,
like,
bro, hit my store online.
he would kind of be like, as far as I'm concerned, like you might as well be a Skywalker.
Yeah.
Right. And he sort of he gives it to her like a night ship.
Yeah.
And she feels this swell of power.
Yeah.
And gets in and just starts railing on Palpatine.
Oh yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
And her
They
and
cut him into a million pieces.
yeah, her and Kylo do like a finishing
bunch of
blow.
Jawas come in and take the parts away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's just after he dies, right? I think that's great. Her and Kylo do this great finishing blow. It's awesome. A bunch of Jawas are here. They take the parts away. They're really happy about
And
it.
then Poe do a finishing blow.
Yeah. Leia's just like, hell yeah.
Yeah. You know she parties.
Oh, you know Leia parties.
But so now Palpatine's dead. Maybe like do the First Order like with their former Emperor dead and Kylo Ren having obviously turned to the light side of the Force.
Yeah.
Do the First Order like drop him?
Now, so here we go. We see all this happens, and Hux walks out very
Very straight-leggedly.
very. Hux walks out like the real wiener he is.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, just because Palpatine, he's like, I don't believe in this space magic anyway, blah, blah, blah. And he starts ranting and trying to tell the other stormtroopers that are left to continue fighting. And then he blows up because Rose had a bazooka.
Oh, nice.
And Rose is like, about time I did something.
Yeah, and then one of the bloop blobs goes,
Yeah, it's great.
You need that.
And Finn and Pogo, Rose, that was awesome.
Yeah.
And she's like, cool, can I be friends with you guys?
Yeah.
And they go, only.
But you see, like, this massive First Order squadron, like, they see these two powerful Jedi Knights standing before them, and they decide, like, this is it. Like, the First Order doesn't mean anything anymore.
Yeah.
A force greater than us is now going to be in control of the galaxy.
They offer, this is actually a great moment. Finn stands up and he is like, I used to be like,
because he was not standing up.
Finn tumbles out of a bush. Hair askew. And gives a beautiful speech to all of these stormtroopers about like, I used to be like you. You can choose.
Oh, yeah.
You can choose your destiny. You can be whatever you want. Like, join us. Let's help build a more powerful. You can have a name. You don't have to just be a number. And it's really, really beautiful, and it's a nice little thing for him. And we see that one of the stormtroopers takes off their helmet, and who is it but Phasma?
I was going to say Phasma. Yeah.
She didn't die.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
But she has a lot of scars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Rose looks at it. Rose checks her out and she's like, damn.
Yeah, Rose goes, damn, scars? Scars are hot.
And Phasma looks back and she's like, thanks.
Yeah,
That's it.
thanks. I'm 4 feet taller than you.
I would destroy you.
And Rose goes, Star Destroy me? And she goes, I don't know what you're talking about. It's very awkward.
Yeah. So it's
But we know it's gonna happen.
Phasma has her little cameo. We don't have time to do this, but like every single character in the whole universe needs to get a wrap up during the end.
Sure.
of this movie.
But the important thing we see is I think we see like into the future, we see Kylo and Rey, and they're teaching some younglings.
Well, and I wanted to say, because we did establish this, Rey has one last thing.
Oh.
And maybe, you know what? Let's say this happened during the big fight. She calls down a ship and a bunch of kids with lightsabers jump out because she was hopping from planet to planet gathering orphans with force powers.
Yeah, and
little
Kylo
Jedi
goes,
cuties.
what is this?
And she's like, wait and see. And then they start flipping around like little Yodas. All right, that was all that needed to happen.
And when she's teaching them, like they're establishing a new, it looks like the Jedi Temple, but new and different.
It's more like a dojo.
It's like a dojo, exactly, right? And when
It's
she's
in a strip mall.
And so they're one of the kids is like, so we need to like suppress the darkness, the dark side, and like bring in like the light side of the Force. And she's like, no, you need to accept them equally, good and bad, to really find like true peace and like the true way of the Skywalker.
The moral of the story essentially being that like all of this struggle of good versus evil throughout the entire series has been because we see things as we see those two forces as diametrically opposed to one another.
Yes.
When in reality they're simply like both just feelings,
And
that we have to accept that we all have both of those.
And that anyone is capable of this, not just a lineage or a title or a creed or an ethnicity or anything. As the Jedi kind of kept the Force to themselves in a lot of ways,
And
that anyone can be a Skywalker.
And the kid's like, all right, cool. So
Yeah.
can I just play with my lightsaber? Or-
I'm 6. It's pretty heavy. And then she laughs a good laugh with her robot hand. Kylo is there making breakfast for the younglings.
Yeah, it's obvious that they're married now.
I guess so.
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
It is.
Why not? Get the
Look, they gave the side characters the like non-heteronormative relationships. They got to get one in there for Middle America.
This is Raylo. There you go. Krylon.
And that's the name of their daughter who's there.
Yeah.
Is Raylo.
Raylo, come here. Raylo and J-Lo and
Raylo, J-Lo.
C-Lo, all of their R&B.
Pendejo.
Spanish curse word. Yeah. And it's beautiful and it's wonderful. And
Iris in hard.
Iris in. Yeah, exactly. Guys, that's exactly
What's going to happen
that's exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah.
in Rise of Skywalker?
so-
All right,
Alex, how do we do?
Going over for the post-game report.
I honestly can't wait until inevitably something you said is going to happen. I know it, and I'm just gonna like. I can't wait to see what it is.
There's a couple things we said, and I was just like,
If it's Bargain Island,
I'll quit Star Wars.
Yeah.
I'm going to lose my
I'm
mind.
gonna call George Lucas immediately and just be like, "Hey, man,
and George was
that was
like,
me, dog.
That was my original idea.
Yeah,
Yeah, there were a couple moments where I was just like, oh, damn, this
yeah."
is
George
cool.
like all of this was leading towards Bargain Island.
I just thought that Bargain Island.
Muppet ass voice. Oh man, good old George. Thank you so much, Alex.
How much did we hit on? Because you had a list of Star Wars tropes. What
Yeah.
what did we fail?
We didn't get a Wilhelm scream in, but we did talk about it.
Oh, there was one in the fight.
Yeah,
for
sure.
sure.
We didn't fight a big scary creature, but I feel like Robot
Palpatine.
that can count. We got the cute creature. Someone said I've got a bad feeling about this. There was a lightsaber duel. We went to a weird location with weird aliens. There was dismemberment. We learned something new about the Force.
That was the one that we almost missed. But thank you for Force Teleport.
Dang, good. I love formulas, guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It just feels good.
I love that you got like the every ship comes in.
Man, if that's actually in the movie, then I feel very smart, or the
it's
movie's
in-
very dumb.
The moment we stop recording, Ed, I'll show you the trailer.
Great. And I'll finally see all the things I should have known for
Yeah.
this.
Great. Again,
Wow.
thank you so much.
Thank you so much for easily our longest episode ever.
Well, I
This
mean,
is gonna-
it's Star Wars. You gotta.
yeah, it's gonna be an editing boon for Ruben.
But if you're a fan of You're Welcome Hollywood, please check out Star Wars Explained on YouTube.
Yeah, nerds, get in there.
Yeah, Alex, plug when you got new videos up. What's your schedule?
We put videos out every single day, all about Star Wars, whatever books or comics or
Every
video games
day?
are coming every day.
Wait,
Yeah.
What's
Amazing.
today's?
Today was every Imperial Inquisitor.
I watched some of that.
Oh,
Yeah, I was like, this is cool.
Couldn't make it the whole 3 minutes.
I was at work and I was like, oh, this is interesting.
Oh man, I actually have questions to ask you after this podcast. So that's it for You're Welcome Hollywood this week. If you want to find us on the social media, we are Ed, Tom, and Ruben everywhere but Instagram, where we are You're Welcome Hollywood.
Yep.
You can go to edtomandruben.com to find us there and see some stuff and hear some stuff. What else? Please like and subscribe.
Tell people about us.
Yeah.
Pop us on a road trip.
Yeah.
At work. Tell your friends about us.
iTunes, Spotify, wherever you listen.
You could listen to You're Welcome Hollywood for almost 3 straight weeks of work.
Which
There's
is-
that much of it.
Terrifying. And yeah, anything else? Anywhere where people can get you? You want them to get you, Alex?
No, YouTube's our main place, and we're at Star Wars Explain on Twitter.
Great. Awesome.
Great. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in for what is surely an incredibly accurate version of Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker.
Can't wait to get sued.
Yes. For You're Welcome Hollywood, I'm Ed.
I'm Tom.
I'm Ruben.
I'm Alex.
And
May the force be with you.
sure.